Greetings everyone, we are back again for Breaking News Channel 555 with our hot issue. Indonesia, being the world's biggest palm oil exporter, has been cutting 3 million hectares of forest for the past 20 years mainly for this purpose. Deforestation within palm oil concessions went down eventually, but the problem did not stop there. The trend of oil palm expansion did not continue to decline in 2012. In fact, the issue peaked in 2015 to 2016, where a massive forest fire occurred. In Indonesia, the destruction of forests is increasingly being caused by smallholder agriculture because palm oil offers decent income and has historically made a considerable contribution to eliminating rural poverty. Based on Riau's Disaster Mitigation Agency's report, a total of 1,000 hectares of land has burned down this year alone. This action has negatively affected natural resources and destroyed the broad biodiversity there. Some of the impacts of said actions are haze, global warming, release of greenhouse gases, food shortage, and animal extinction due to loss of habitat. However, deforestation in Indonesia does not only affect the people of Indonesia but also Malaysians. In 2015, forest fires from Sumatra and Indonesia's part of Borneo sent haze across the regions all the way to Malaysia and Singapore. This occurrence caused 261,000 hectares of land to be burned down in that year alone. For further details, we have our reporter Nur Sabrina in Indonesia. Sabrina, kindly update our viewers.
I am Nur Sabrina, your reporter in Sumatra, Indonesia. I'm here visiting the site with the officers in charge. The worries of the people and other countries continuously increase as the forests are being burned up from these past recent years. These have also led impacts to the environment and the locals around it. As you can see, the situation here in Sumatra, Indonesia, many trees have been cut down and caused the food shortage, which leads to the lack of income for the people here because the main economic sector of the population here is palm oil plantation, since Indonesia are known as biggest palm oil exporter. Plus, it has greatly affecting the air quality. It is too bad for a human being to live in such bad air pollution in everyday life. Plus, the local also had to spend more on their protection and medical expenses. Let us know what the local have to say about the current situation. I have Sister Nabila with me. Can you please tell us about the situation that you are currently facing in Sumatra, Indonesia? Well, these deforestation issues that are happening here, how bad does it affected you in Indonesia?
Jadi saya sebagai wakil petani kelapa sawit di sini, memang kami terkesanlah dengan pembalakan yang secara haram berlaku sebab kami tiada kerja beberapa bulan sudah. Jadi bila tiada kerja ni, tidaklah kami punya sumber rezeki. Dengan tambah lagi dengan jerebu, dengan udara tercemar, jadi anak-anak di rumah pun tak boleh pergi sekolah. Dengan suami saya lagi sakit di rumah. Jadi memang setiap minggu saya mau kena pergi klinik, mau ambil ubat. Tapi sebab kos kesihatan di sini sangatlah tinggi, jadi memang kami satu keluarga kais pagi makan pagi, kais petang makan petang. Jadi saya harap kerajaan bolehlah melakukan sesuatu untuk mencari solusi dengan masalah kami.
Thank you so much, Sister Nabila. It is indeed heartbreaking to see how everything is falling apart, especially for the locals. I hope everything are going to be settled down as soon as possible to maintain the continuity and their well-being. That is all from me. This is Nur Sabrina from Sumatra, Indonesia for Breaking News Channel 555. Back to the studio.
Now, let's watch the suggested solution on how to overcome the issue of deforestation by the IIUM students.
Deforestation falls into Sustainable Development Goals 15, which is to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. Our target that we want to help achieve under this goal is to end deforestation and restore degraded forests. But how exactly? First, reforestation and afforestation. We can replant trees or let trees regrow in fertilized damaged land or on wasteland or any unutilized land. Secondly, we can support and join a peatland restoration program introduced by the government to raise awareness on the issue. Restoring peatlands allow biodiversity to be conserved. It will also prevent climate change as peatlands store twice as much carbon than all the world's forests. Moreover, it will reduce emissions of greenhouse gases and provide clean water and support for wildlife. And lastly, we can reduce consumption of paper. Did you know the production of a piece of paper requires 1/500 of a tree to be cut down? It is 26% of waste at landfill consists of papers. By reducing the consumption of paper, it will also reduce the amount of trees to be cut down. As a Muslim, we are held accountable for all of our wealth and must utilize all the resources that have been given by Allah. And we must preserve the nature as it is all belong to Allah. Allah mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-Hajj verse 64, "To Him belongs what is in the heavens and what is on the earth, and indeed Allah is the free of need, the praiseworthy."
Before we end our segment, let us invite Datin Sri Yasmin Sofea from Ministry of Environmental and Climate Change to elaborate more on this issue. Datin Sri Yasmin, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Greetings, Datin Sri Yasmin Sofea. I hope you are doing well. So, in discussion of today's issue, what do you think are the impacts of the suggested solution to the community, be it in Malaysia, Indonesia, or anywhere around the world?
So one of the impacts after applying all the solution would be able to improve our air quality. As we all know, deforestation has an adverse effect on air by reducing the oxygen and increasing the amount of carbon dioxide, as well as contributing to global warmings. When we apply all the solution, let's say the reforestation, which we plant new trees into certain areas, the new trees would release lots of oxygen and reduce the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and also reducing the greenhouse gas effect, all while providing us a clean air to breathe. Thus, it is improving our air quality. The other impact would be it would help us to reduce the issues of food shortage. Since we all know, the forest is also the main source of food for the people around the area. When deforestation happened in that area, they lost their source of food. So when we apply the solutions such as afforestation and reforestation, we can restore back their source of food, and it will reduce the food shortage issue. And last but not least is it will lower the greenhouse gas emission. By reducing your paper consumption, it will mitigate the impacts of climate change by lowering the greenhouse gas emission generated by processing the pulp into paper. Using less paper individually will also reduce the carbon emission as well. Therefore, we can opt for recycling, reduce, or repurpose the paper into more environmentally friendly paper. By practicing this, there will be no more greenhouse gas emission as there is no new production of paper. I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Datin Sri Yasmin, for the elaboration. We hope you gain beneficial information from this segment. Thank you and good evening from us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.